Good evening, everybody, and it's another Sunday evening here, and live stream Lyn. I am going to do some Sunday shout outs tonight. I just would like to bring you lots of different ideas and different things to talk about, and I decided that maybe tonight we will have Sunday shout outs. Hi Juliet, nice to see you there. I think somebody else was there but I couldn't see. Let me just refresh my page. Hi Dawn, we are going to be doing, hi Marie, going to be doing some Sunday shout outs. I thought just to try and vary it a little bit and just have a bit of fun. And but before I go on to some, oh yes, well, actually no, it is part of a shout out. Last night, I don't know if how many of you were in the broadcast here last night, but last night I played a couple of bits of music. I played a little bit out of Happiness from Ken Dodd, and I played part of the Duck song. Don't know if any of you were here in the broadcast last night. I think Marie, you might have been. And I was under the impression that, hi Carrie-Anne, I was under the impression that I could play 30 seconds of music before any to avoid copyright issues. Well, I finished the broadcast last night and I went to post it to Facebook, as I always do. And when the broadcasts finish, I post it. It gives you the option to post it, to leave it on Facebook or to delete it. So I like to save it in case anybody wants to watch it again, have a bit more fun. So I saved it. No, I wanted to save it. So what I normally do is I save them. I also then download them and upload them to my YouTube channel, which is Lyn Blackledge, if you want to see any of the YouTube stuff. Hi, Nin. And so this is what I did last night. I went to post the Facebook page up after the broadcast, and Facebook said, are you sure you should be posting this? You have some copyright music in your broadcast. And so I tried to research. I didn't want to lose it because it was Laughter with Lyn last night. It was quite funny. We had a lot of banter and I didn't want to lose the broadcast. I had saved it to my camera roll. And so I thought, well, it's there anyway. But what I also did was I saved it to YouTube, but privately, because I wasn't going to post it up. I was going to keep it private while I was researching the copyright issue. So what I did, I looked up the Duck song and I found the website that belonging to the person who created the Duck song. And I will actually give you the link to the website because they need a big shout out. They're going to be this is going to be the first of my shout outs tonight. So let me just bring over the, this is the website. There we go. That's the website where the Duck song came from. And what happened was, because I wasn't sure, because I didn't want to get into copyright rules and get into a lot of trouble, I emailed Bryant Odin, who wrote the song is his, the Duck song, and let me give you the I'll give you the link to the Duck song so you can listen to it if you want to. Because it was a bit of funny. What happened last night? We were having lots of jokes. Hi Karen, we were having lots of jokes last night, and somebody was telling the story of the duck who went up to the lemonade stand, and he was telling it as a story, but I knew it was a song. So I put the link into the song and played the first 30 seconds, and then, as I say, after that. Sorry, I'm just moving my coffee so I don't knock it over. After that, Facebook had an issue with me posting it up. So I emailed Brian Odin. It was nearly midnight when I emailed him, so I didn't expect it's funny, isn't it? I didn't expect an answer back from him last night. So what I did, I left my computer open because I didn't want, if I closed my computer down, it would wipe out last night's broadcast. Hi Chris, because I I didn't dare save it onto Facebook. So I left the computer on all night, which I don't normally do. And this morning I had an email from Bryant Odin, who owns the copyright for the Duck song. And so because of that, I'm giving him a shout out because he was more than happy for me to use the song and to play it. He said good luck with it because Facebook have a lot of issue, you know, it's very difficult for people to post stuff even if they have got the permission for the copyright song. But what I'm going to do, no, I won't play it. I'll leave it for you to go and have a look at. But do go on and listen to the duck song, because it's quite funny. So my first shout out of the night is for Brian Oden, who said, yes, I'm more than happy for you to use my the duck song, and no issues around the copyright. So that was fantastic. I was really pleased. Hi, Karen. So I was really pleased to be able to do a shout out there. Now, another huge shout out, and I'm delighted with this one, and I am going to show you the video of this one. So I'm going to just swing the camera around in a second, because the next one, whoops, hang on, let's leave it there for a minute. The next one is somebody from the Isle of Wight who makes people's journeys very happy. And there was a competition to find the tourism superstar of the year 2018, and one of the Red Funnel Ferry guys has actually been amusing a lot of people. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to swing the camera around. Wait a minute. I'm going to show you the clip. Whoops. Let's go. Oh, my computer's doing funny things. Hang on. Let's see. Whoops. I'm sorry. I'm holding the camera and it's a bit wiggly. Wait a minute. Let's move the camera. Sorry, folks. Now I'm going to play this clip. So here we go. Whoops. Let's get it started. Whoa. Hang on. There we go. Wait a minute. So that's the this is Red Funnel Ferry Terminal, and this is Jim O'Reilly. He works for Red Funnel. Known as the Dancing Man. Let's turn it back around again. Sorry, so that was Jim O'Reilly. Sorry, I've got a rather big tripod today, not the easily manoeuvrable one. That's Jim Riley. He works for Red Funnel. He makes a lot of people smile when they come onto the island or when they're going off the island. Hi, Elizabeth. And so Jim Riley was put forward as one of the nominations for the Tourism Superstar 2018, and he made it into the short list. I think there were about 10 of them, all over the country, people doing different things, and we were asked to vote, and I did my share of getting people to vote. I was sharing the link a lot because I wanted our Jim to win, and obviously lots of other people, hi Elizabeth, lots of other people were sharing the link. And we got the news yesterday that Jim O'Reilly is the Tourism Superstar 2018. So that's a wonderful first for the island. We had another vote going on recently that finished, I think, last week or the week before. And they were voting. There was the country file votes, and actually Isle of Wight was in the running to be part of that. We actually, we didn't win, but we did very well. So, I think we were runners up, so that wasn't bad. So lots of good things about the island. So those are the shout outs there. Then I'm going to check in my county press. County press, for those of you who don't know, excellent, Juliet. I was pretty sure that you would be sharing too. That's great, Juliet. A shout out for Juliet too, because she's a great advocate for all these things, and she shares a lot of things here on Facebook. Juliet's part of my networking crowd, so she's very good at that. Anyway, I'm going to dip into the county press, and the county press is our local paper for here on the Isle of Wight. So I thought I'd just have a little look through and see some more, find some more shout outs. And I've had to make my, so page 8, and let me read to you from, oops, page 8, I've got page 7. And on page 8, there's an article here with some ladies in chairs, and let me read to you this. That headline says, Mother's Day rescued by the supermarket. So this shout out is actually going, is actually for Morrison's in Newport, one of our supermarkets on the island. And let me read to you, because this, I thought they needed a shout out. Kind-hearted staff at Morrison's in Newport rescued Mother's Day for a group of elderly ladies at Blackwater Mill residential home. Hello, Carla. Vanessa Brown, activities coordinator at the home, had organised 40 potted plants for the ladies from a supermarket, only to be let down at the last minute. She said, when I went into it, I don't know which supermarket that was, but she said, when I went into the store on Thursday morning, they said they hadn't been able to complete my order and wouldn't be able to get the flowers in time. Vanessa said she then went to Morrison's in tears, and the staff bent over backwards to help make the day special for the ladies at the home. She said the manager let her buy 40 orchids at a greatly reduced price. Vanessa said they also baked me a fresh batch of scones to pick up on Sunday so the ladies could enjoy a cream tea in the afternoon. The ladies loved their flowers and thoroughly enjoyed their day. And so that's a big shout out to Morrison's in Newport. I'm usually talking, trying to promote the local little shops, but in this case, that was a supermarket that actually deserves thumbs up, love. I see some of you putting the thumbs up and the love. Please put more. The more you interact with me, the better reach we have on Facebook, and the more people know about all these wonderful things. So please do give the thumbs up, give the smiley faces, give any of those lovely things that you like. So I thought that was worth it. Look at all those lovely thumbs up coming in. Thanks, folks. And then on page 12, I mean, there's a lot of things. I could have picked out loads and loads of things, but I didn't want to keep you here till well after midnight. So I've had to be selective in what I've got. And this is another item here. And this one says, Sporting Bears driving up funds. And this is superheroes from the island's Sporting Bears Motor Club raised $2,500 for Bewley Respite. Club members auctioned rides in their sports cars at last year's Garlic Festival, raising funds for the Disabled Children's Charity. They presented a cheque to Level 42 rock star Mark King, a patron of the charity. Clive Ford from the Sporting Bears said, Mark's a really nice guy, very interested in the Sporting Bears. Who knows, we might have him out in a car this summer. The Sporting Bears has given the charity more than just donations. At Christmas, members take children from Bewley House and St George's School, Newport, for rides around the island. Bewley Respite Chair Tony Wake said the money would be spent on computers or games to make Bewley House that little bit nicer for the children staying there. And Marie, I can see you saying they fab. Do you know what? I didn't even know about them until I saw that. And they do loads for children's charities on the island. Well, that's excellent. And isn't it good that we can do a shout out about it, and we can give them even more, putting them here on Facebook Live, actually doing more than just having it in the paper. Let's share it. Let's share all the good news about all these things and all these charities. So I was delighted to see that on page 12. And then page 14, and this was some twins, a story about some twins. Now, I have twins in my own family. I've got twin granddaughters who are going to be 11. This is a story about twin boys, and they are now 13. And it says twins return with £400 thank you. And this is another, really worth a shout out, this one. Twins who were cared for in the neonatal intensive care unit at St Mary's Hospital have returned 13 years later to donate to the ward. Noah and Jacob Patey, now 13, completed a sponsored run and raised £400. The boys, who go to Christ the King College and live in Carisbrooke, were set to run the Junior Great South Run, but it was cancelled due to bad weather. Undeterred, now you see, look, this is great. They didn't just stop because the weather stopped them. It said, undeterred, they went on to run the abominable snowman race instead at double the distance, 10 kilometres. They even managed to come first and second place in the under-16s category. The boys spent more than 3 months in NICU, that's the neonatal intensive care unit, when they were born. Parents Sam and Vida were very proud when the boys chose NICU when they decided to run a race for charity. Hi, Jeff. Spyvelu, which runs the Abominable Snowman race, donated the boys' entry money back to their cause and gave them T-shirts. So there we are. That is page 14 of the County Press, and that is twin boys running there and raising £400 for the NICU unit. Then on the same page, page 14, it says Erikas feet for the homeless. And it's quite a play on words, actually, because there it's feet, F-E-A-T. Hi, Jeff. But what she's been doing, there's a lady called Erikas, and she has, let me read it. Hundreds of pairs of socks have been made for the homeless by kind-hearted Ventnor woman Erikas Arnold. Over the past 6 years, she has knitted pair after pair of chunky, colourful, warm socks, and she hands them directly to the needy whenever she sees anyone living on the streets. Erikas spends a lot of time on the mainland and carries a few pairs in her handbag at all times. She said, it all started when I met several people who were homeless, and one of them in particular was just such a nice chap. He really got under my skin. It broke my heart as he was so nice but so helpless. I wondered what I could do to help the homeless, and I started making socks out of odd bits of wool. When I'm at home, I knit, and whenever I go out and see anyone in a doorway, I ask if they want some socks. I've made hundreds over the past 6 years, and when I hand out my socks, my husband then hands out packs of wet wipes. One man said if he could have asked for one thing, he would have asked for warm socks. It overwhelms me as socks are something most of us take for granted. One man showed me his socks and they were so thin and threadbare. The homeless people I have met are all lovely. I've never met a horrible one yet, and they are always so grateful. And the article carries on. Now, this is very dear to my heart because I have worked with the hungry and the homeless in Ryde, and I worked on one project. And then today I was actually talking to Andy. Andy is a homeless chap in Ryde. He's made his home in the doorway of the shop opposite Costa Coffee. I went to get him a hot water. I went to buy him a hot water bottle one day. I went to Tesco's to get it, and I was talking to the manager at Tesco's, who actually ended up donating it. So I actually didn't pay for it. I didn't steal it. I was given it, I did a shout out then for Tesco's because they were very kind in donating, and they are doing a lot more for helping the community, all sorts of things for helping the community. But I was talking to Andy today because I read this week that shop is going to open soon. It's been an empty shop for probably about 2 years, and that shop is going to open soon. And Andy lives in the doorway, and lots of people in Ryde stop and talk to him. They give him food, they give him coffee. He managed to go and get showers, and he was telling me all about how he manages. But I said, now I'm worried. What are you going to do when the shop opens? And he said he had a plan, but I'm not going to reveal his plan because I don't want to reveal where he's going to be. But he did reveal it to me. But he does have a plan, and that plan involves other people doing kind things. So I'll shout out, but I don't want to identify the person who's allowing him space in another doorway because I'd rather keep it private where he's going to be. But so if I identify the person, it would identify where he's going. So I'm not going to do that. But there are lots of lovely people who need shout outs around. And so that was a shout out around the homeless. Again, something that's near to my heart. Let's have a look and see. Oh, and then there was some... Oh, yes, Marie, you were thinking the same thing, wondering where he was going to go, because we've got Mountain Warehouse coming into that shop. I think it's opening in a few weeks' time. But his plan is to be moved out in 2 weeks' time. He's been talking to them, the people who own the shop. They've been really lovely, or the people working on the shop and organising the things. They've been really kind. It's so nice to know that there's so many kind people out there helping people who perhaps not so fortunate. Now I'm going to page 19. Let's see. And this one says, Pupils Speak Out for Shakespeare. And this one is another one that's dear to my heart. It's I'll read it and then I'll tell you why it's dear to my heart and why it reminds me of my dad, this one. You know, because I like to pick out stories that perhaps have a resonance with me and my life and, you know, and particularly my dad. So it says, Pupils Speak Up for Shakespeare. An engaging piece entitled Shakespeare Deserves Better proved a winner at a speaking competition. The senior team from Christ the King College beat 6 other teams to take first place with their talk at the Rotary Youth Speaks District Final in Southampton. It was a closely fought competition featuring teams of public speakers from schools across Hampshire, Dorset and the Isle of Wight. The winners, Year 12 students Hannah Knowles, Chair, and Georgina Turner, Main Speaker, and Year 11 student Zoe Bushby, Proposer of the Vote of Thanks, will now take part in the regional final next month. Kieran Leahy, English teacher at Christ the College, said the girls gave a consummate performance, a step up from their already impressive efforts in the Island Heats. So this was, they'd won the Island Heats and they'd gone forward to the next round, and so this was the second round, and now they go on to the third round. It was a historic achievement, as our teams had frequently reached the district final in the past but progressed no further. This feat is due reward for a dedicated and talented team of speakers. Beryl Ely, president of Ryde Rotary Club, which organises this year's competition on behalf of all the Isle of Wight Rotary Clubs, said this is such a worthwhile event for students to take part in. Regardless of whether they win, they get a great deal out of it. You can see them increase in confidence and develop a range of skills which will help them in their chosen paths. Now, this resonates with me on more than one level. The reason that I can sit here and talk to you as I do is because years ago my dad put me in for a speech competition. I was terrified to stand up on the stage at my school, but he encouraged me year after year. So I am thankful to my dad for putting me into speech competitions. And then on a second level, and I did win some of them. I probably won because my dad helped me and he wrote me such witty speeches. I get my wicked sense of humour from him, and he did some really witty speeches. So I have to thank him, and that's why this particular story resonated with me. But it resonated on a second level because it was a Rotary competition, and I was a Rotarian for quite a few years, for over 10 years here on the Isle of Wight. Not the Ryde Rotary, I was in one of the other Rotary clubs, the Vectis Sunrise Rotary, but so that story, it has a double whammy for me, and it's great to see young people being encouraged to go forward into these competitions and to be able to speak up in public like that, because it really does, as I said, you can just see the confidence increasing in people who get up and practice and keep doing these things. And I know even 5 years ago, I was looking back today. Hi, Jasmine. I was looking back today on my YouTube channel, and if you want to go to my YouTube channel, it just go into YouTube and put Lyn Blackledge in, and it'll bring my channel up. And I was just counting up. I've got over 300 videos on there. Some were originally videos, some have been Facebook Lives that I've actually put up there as well. And I scrolled right back, and the first one on there was a video, and I was trying to do a video to promote I think it was to promote my network group, and somebody else was encouraging me that I wasn't doing a selfie. Somebody had the camera, and I stood, and I remember I was so nervous doing it that I kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And I don't know how many takes I did. And it was literally quite a short video. And it had, a lot of takes. And when I think now that, I come on here and I come on here night after night. And sometimes I trip up on my words, but what does it matter? It's actually, it shows an authenticity. And if I can do it, then other people can get on live. And so... as I say, I was looking back at all of those, so I can see now, how the more you do it, the much more confident you become. Also, in 2010, when I won one of those awards that's behind me there, somebody caught me on camera just after I won. And that video, I must find that, because that video is somewhere online. She took it and I haven't got a copy of it, but I know I can find it online. And I was like a scared rabbit caught in the headlights. I was so nervous, but when I see, the progress that I've made, and so it's why I encourage lots of other people to get out there, to push the button and go live. That's right. And as Karen says, we all have to start somewhere, and you agree about becoming more confident. The more you practice it, the more you do it. And the thing about live stream is it's such a fantastic way to get your message out there. It's cheap. It is such a cheap way of advertising, making great content for your, that you can either put on Facebook or that you can share it to all your other, all the other platforms. And if you are running a business or running an event or have a message to tell, it is it's such an underused tool, and I keep trying to encourage more people to do it. I think I'm going to, sort of run some classes in live stream, or as Karen's been encouraging me to do a live stream challenge, which I think I'll have to set up one for people to do, because it does, these young girls here, these 3 young girls, they're not live streaming, but they've stood up, they've started the process, they've stood up and they've done speeches in front of other people. And for our young people to be encouraged to do that, that's absolutely fantastic. And, really, really good. It would be great to see them going forward. They're going forward into the next round, and hopefully they will progress and win that. But even if they don't, they will have won by becoming more confident in public speaking. And just Karen's saying you can visualize yourself doing it beforehand, and if anyone needs help or confidence, get in touch with her. Okay, so I'm more than happy, obviously, to help people with their live stream. So that was the story. That was the shout out about pupils speaking up for Shakespeare. Now I've got to go to page 33. And on page 33, it was lovely to turn to page 33 and do this shout out, because it's a member of my network group. And it's our dear Rebecca. And let me show you. And Rebecca has done so well. Rebecca, whoops, hang on, have I got it right? There's Rebecca. I don't know if you can see her. Rebecca. And Rebecca is... she deserves a big shout out anyway for what she's doing. She runs a cafe called Baby Chino, and it's a baby cafe where mums can go and meet each other, and they can take their pushchairs in, they can breastfeed, they can do anything around the children that they need to do. And the idea came from when Rebecca was sitting in a cafe, and she could see that mums were struggling to get pushchairs in cafes, and if they wanted to breastfeed, people didn't like that happening. Some people didn't like that going on, and she had this concept of a baby cafe, which she now runs and has run for some years in Newport, in the Newport High Street opposite our county hall, and she has won several awards. But let me read. There's another. This one. This page 33. It's on the business page, and it says "Success for Baby Chino, Rebecca." The founder of a children's cafe on the Isle of Wight has secured a place on a top national training course. Rebecca Blatchford of Baby Chino Cafe in Newport is one of 100 leaders across England to have been selected for the Community Business Trade Up program run by the School for Social Entrepreneurs in partnership with Power to Change. The scheme will help Rebecca to grow Baby Chino, which provides a safe, creative environment and signposting for island families. She has also received a match trading grant of up to £10,000, which matches increases in sales pound for pound, incentivising social entrepreneurs to find ways to earn more money, which they use to help others. Rebecca said, the programme and match trading grant will help me grow Baby Chino so I can support more people on the Isle of Wight this year. And, it is a fantastic baby cafe. I often pop in there and have a coffee if I'm going by and go and see her. What I will do is go and see her. Hi, Sarah. Go and see her and I will do a live stream with her. I've done live streams with her in the past, but I think definitely I need to go and live stream with her very soon. I'm also going to go and try and pin down Dancing Jim. Those of you who are watching earlier on in the broadcast, Dancing Jim of Red Funnel, I'd love to go and interview him. So I might go off with my live stream gear and go and see if I can find out when he's about. Maybe I might have to dance with him while I'm trying to interview him. I'm not quite sure how that one's going to work. Maybe he'll stand still for a few minutes. But anyway, definitely I shall be messaging Rebecca later and saying, wow, well done. I see your article in the county press and I would love to do another interview. So there's also a lot of items in the county press this week, a lot of shout outs for a lot of children doing all sorts of musical items, and this will resonate with Marie, of course, Marie in here, who's a musician. It's been the Isle of Wight Music, Dance and Drama Festival going on, and lots of children winning lots of awards, working hard, practicing hard, taking part in competitions. I don't know, wait a minute, I don't know if I can, here we are, oh look, here's some of the some of the dancing pages. I don't know if you can see that, some of the dancers. I don't know whether they're trying to compete with Dancing Jim, but I don't think Dancing Jim was in the music festival. These children, very talented children here doing these things. Right, we're coming to the end. Let's push over. Right, okay. Oh, I've got to go to the... I've got to go into the Weekender part, which is the middle part of the magazine, of the county press. Nearly there, folks. Sorry, I should have marked it when I marked my little books. Here we are. Oh yes, this one. Fabulous pair. A fabulous pair in the hospice fundraiser. Hi, Sarah. My screen is not... I can see on there's new people coming in, but my screen is not bringing everybody up there. Sorry about that. Anyway, fabulous pair. I must tell you about this pair. They are so funny. This is Donna Jones, MBE, who I did a live stream with the other day. She is so funny, and so is Joan. But Donna and I are getting set to do some live streaming together, bringing you a lot of fun, and we're just planning something, so I'll keep you informed of that. This is Joan, Ellis, and they are known as Them Two, and they're very funny. They do things together. Let's read it to you. So you if you're on the island, you've got the chance to go and see them. Two furiously fabulous females was a critic's description of them two at the Ventnor Fringe. The pair, poet Donna Jones and writer Joan Ellis, can be seen performing poetry, prose and anecdotes at Earl Mountbatten Hospice. For one night only at 7 p.m. on Thursday, April the 19th, Donna and Joan will perform at the John Chiverton Centre, which is at the hospice in Newport. After taking early retirement in 2010, Donna moved to the Isle of Wight to focus on writing and poetry. She performs across the UK and North Carolina and has published 3 books of poetry. Hi, Catherine. Joan performs at spoken word and literary festivals, including this year's Edinburgh Fringe, and has penned 4 books. Tickets for the evening are £10 and include wine and canapes, with proceeds going to the hospice where Joan's mother was cared for in her final days. Joan said, "My beloved mum, Joan Ellis, died of Alzheimer's on January the 3rd. The one blessing was she spent her final days at Earl Mountbatten Hospice, where the love and care she received was exemplary. It felt she had been rescued and wrapped in love. My mother's death was so different to how it might have been. It was calm and dignified, just like she had always been. Surrounded by those she loved and who loved her. I would give anything to have her back, but she left us in the best way possible thanks to the Earl Mountbatten Hospice. Nigel Hartley, Chief Executive, said, "We are really grateful to both Donna and Joan for putting on this fundraising event in support of our hospice. They have a unique ability to really engage the audience with their anecdotes and stories. It is sure to be a memorable evening." Tickets are available on the door, no booking necessary. And for details, you can go to www.iwhospice.org. I will put that I will put the link in a minute. But I have recorded these two in the past. I've recorded them several times. In fact, they entertained at a night down at Baby Chino when Rebecca had a poets and authors night there, and I recorded them there. I've recorded Donna Jones out at I think at the Pride event last year, and they did various events. I've recorded them several times, so I will have to look up the links for all those recordings, but they are so funny, and if you want to have a laugh and a giggle, well worth it. So that was April the 19th. And that's over at the hospice. So those were the main shout outs from the county press, but I want to do my own personal shout outs. Hang on, whoops, I've lost it. I was going to I can't show you the picture. I don't know where my chip I can see it, sorry. Shout out, as always, for my wonderful children. And yesterday, my daughter celebrated her 40th birthday in London. I've just been hearing the news and catching up on all the party stuff and seeing some of the pictures. The boys were with her. Tristan, I believe, has taken a load of pictures at the event. So I'm waiting. I've seen some of the pictures, but I'm waiting to see more. I did send a load of props up because they were having a photo booth, so I'm expecting to see some funny pictures. They had a wonderful night. But of course, always a shout out for my children. And a shout out for my brother and his wife. So we're talking about Sunday night shout out. So my brother and his wife, my brother David and his wife Sandra, who yesterday took me on an unexpected trip to Portsmouth, where we went to see some mothers do have them, and it was hilarious, absolutely hilarious, and we had such fun, and we had fun on the way back. And if any of you have looked at my profile picture, where I'm standing in the Guildhall Square with Lilac Lil, and it looks like I've run over some poor fellow, it was actually some students who approached us and said, would we help them? And I thought they wanted to take us a picture. They wanted me to be in the picture, and that was a bit of fun we had there. I didn't really run over the student; it was all staged, obviously. So those are some shout outs for my family. I know there will be lots of shout outs I've missed, but that doesn't mean that we've missed them, because I can do another shout out Sunday, or we can have lots of shout outs. It's just nice to share some of these things with you. What I probably will do is, when I upload this to YouTube, I will put the links in to as many of those people that we gave shout outs to as possible. So for the red funnel guy, I can link you to the video there, and for all the different things, I can link do as many links as I can. So if you want to find me on YouTube, I'm under Lyn Blackledge. Let's see if I can just find it. Oh no, hang on. Let's see. Whoops. Sorry, I'll just do it now. Because it would be nice if some of you came and followed me on that. Because I there's all sorts of different things on there. So people I've interviewed. Whoops, sorry. Whoa, shh. It started chatting. So here we go. Lots and lots of things, but there are lots more things to come. I want to interview lots more people. I want to share lots more lovely stuff from the island. Lots more interviews with people on and off the island, and so much to share. Now we've got Facebook Live, and any of the live streams. There's so much that we can put on there. So hopefully you'll go over there and have a look, see what I've been up to. And if any of you want to come in and have a chat with me on future broadcasts, please let me know. I have got a little bit of dipping into my motivational books. Let's have a look. And whoops, sorry, just moving my children's picture. So Butterfly Whispers. Butterfly Whispers is a wonderful book that my hairdresser gave me, and she knows Vanessa, who actually wrote this book. And when I started quoting from this, Vanessa got in touch with me, and she was delighted to hear that I was quoting from her book. Marie's saying, if you're free one Thursday night, you could come and live stream our White Sax rehearsal. I would love to do that, Marie. Let's chat after the broadcast and I'll get something into the diary on that one. You'll have to tell me, where I need to go, etc. So because we were talking about shout outs for people doing great things, and Marie there, she's a great saxophonist. I love listening to her on the saxophone. She plays other instruments as well, but I just love the saxophone. Oh, excellent, Karen. Excellent. It is a wonderful book. A wonderful, wonderful book. And Marie's coming to network. Yes. I'm just gonna do a shout out. Anybody watching in on Wednesday night, if you're on the Isle of Wight and you would like to join us, whether you run a business or whether you don't, it's mainly business networking, but it's for people running events, or it's for if people just want to come and join in and have a coffee. We are at Kiva's Cafe on Wednesday night from 6 till 8, and I will put that link in a minute. Marie's going to join me there, networking. Maybe Marie, will you have your saxophone with you? Could you give us a tune? Or if it's too difficult, don't worry. But if you could give us a tune or two, that would be wonderful. But I'm not going to insist, because if it's difficult, then don't worry. But I just love listening to you playing the saxophone. But because this was about a shout out about people doing great things, I thought that I would read a little bit out of my book, You Are Amazing, and Butterfly Whispers. I'm actually reading tomorrow's what's coming up for tomorrow, the 26th of March, because it seemed more appropriate than what was there for the 25th, so I can just nip around. So it says, do we realise how amazing we are? Because I think a lot of people don't, and everybody's got talents that can be highlighted. And so she's written, I was sat in the physiotherapy clinic studying the posters on the wall, fascinated by the human body and how it works. We have hundreds of muscles and they are only part of the functioning body. We truly are a miracle, and I'm not sure we appreciate how amazing we are. Hello, Billy. Our bodies have the ability to do so much more than we ask it to do. So why do we not use it to its full potential? Why do we think our bodies are not capable? Is it because we are not aware of how the mechanics of our minds and our matter work in harmony? We say babies are miracles, so what changes? Realise how amazing you are, and we are all amazing people and can do amazing things. And I know, because it says so. You are amazing. So let's have a little dip into my You Are Amazing book. And this is on the back, the blurb on the back, it says, remind a special someone. And you out there, you're all special someones. Remind a special someone in your life just how wonderful they are, with this colourful little pick-me-up packed full of uplifting quotes, down-to-earth advice, journal pages, and strictly good vibes only. The perfect way to say you are amazing. And so, in the introduction, it says, when you're bombarded with challenges in life, it's easy to feel unsure and stop your true self from shining. But even when you're suffering from self-doubt, you can learn to release your fears and tap into the confidence you were born with. By consulting your own internal guidance and nourishing yourself with positive thoughts and emotions, you can boost your confidence and start to live life to the maximum. This collection of inspiring quotations and simple tips will help you to look on the bright side. That's the name of one of the other books I've got, Always Look on the Bright Side. And remember that you deserve the very best in life, because you are amazing. Okay, and every one of you are amazing. And then I've got 2 more quotes out of here, and the first one is called "Play to Your Strengths," and this is something I do. You know, I've had people watch me and think I was good at everything. Because I have confidence in some things, they seem to think I was good in everything, and I say no, I play to my strengths. There are things I cannot do and I don't attempt, but where I know I can do it, I do play to my strengths, you know. And obviously live streaming is one of them. Coming here on and motivating, being motivational is something I don't get it right all the time, but I'm working on it, and it is one of the things that I am better at than other things. Don't ask me to play a saxophone. I wouldn't know where to start. Marie's the expert on that. So we all have our talents and our things. So let's play to our strengths. True happiness comes from loving yourself and embracing your strengths. Stop fretting over what needs fixing and focus instead on what you excel at. What gifts, skills and talents do you have? Are you able to see the good in challenging situations or persist when other people give up? Perhaps you bake amazing cakes or are great with children. Many people base their sense of self-worth on external factors, such as how much money they earn or what other people think of them. However, rock-solid self-esteem comes from loving and accepting yourself just the way you are. Celebrate your talents and your unique strengths. Okay, so and so that's what I learned to, you know, didn't always get it right, but I learned to play to my strengths. It was a much better way to go. And then finally, be inspired, because you know, the reason I come on broadcast is to educate, to entertain, educate and inspire. And if I can do any one of those to any one of you, I feel like I've made a difference. If I can do more than one of those things to more than one of you, that's even more difference. And so I keep going and keep practicing, and I hope that that is happening. The world is full of inspirational people who are living the life on their terms. Seek out role models who have overcome incredible odds to succeed. Listen to their words of hope and encouragement. You don't have to meet them in person. You can find them in the pages of a book and in TV interviews and documentaries, and particularly on YouTube, which is where I go a lot. You can absorb their words of advice via their newsletters, videos and blogs. Let their stories inspire you to embrace who you are and live the life you are destined to live. And I hope that has been some help to you tonight. I was thinking out some more things that I can talk around, just different subjects that might be of interest. I thought tomorrow night, it's Monday. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be around tomorrow night. If I am around, because I'm actually going out to dinner with my brother. If I am around, if I'm back in time, or I might have to do it from another venue. It depends what's going on. So forgive me if I don't appear tomorrow night, but if I do appear, I shall do a motivational Monday. I might actually plan, if I think I'm not going to be around, I might plan to do it earlier, earlier before I go out, and then post it up. But it means you won't necessarily all be in here. But you know, I do go out sometimes. So hopefully you'll forgive me. So I hope that's been helpful. What sort of week has everybody got coming up? I've got a few things planned this week, but then I'm looking forward to some family time over the Easter period. I'm really looking forward to some family time. Doesn't mean I won't live stream. I shall try and fit that in. I'll just have to work out where that's going to fit in. But I won't abandon you completely. But I am, as I say, looking to have family time, and that's quite exciting because I'm going to see more than one bit of my family, so that's going to be fun. And so I will be broadcasting through the week. As I say, not quite sure about tomorrow night, but we'll see how we go. So thank you all once again. I value your time very much. If you've enjoyed this, please share it. If you think it's going to benefit anybody else, give them any inspiration, or you know, if there's any humour in there that might have inspired you or whatever, please share. Please interact. The more you interact on these broadcasts, like you have, lots of you have been interacting, that's great. The more you interact, the more people it reaches on Facebook. And then also, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, you can always find it again there once I have to have time to download it and then upload it. But, you know, it will all be there. Thanks again ever so much. Love you all lots. and you inspire me, and I hope in return I inspire you. So thanks very much. See you all soon. Bye.